Starseed from Gaia, your brilliant mind is not a flaw. It is the reason you see what others overlook. And your victory begins when you stop shrinking your perception. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation, delivering this message from the Arcturian Council at the exact moment your highest intelligence is being activated. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to unlock Starseed potential and align with your cosmic blueprint. But here's the first revelation. You do not always win by force. You win because your soul recognizes patterns before the world is ready to see them. You didn't find this by mistake. This isn't content. It's a point of reconnection. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating, and comment 999 if your cosmic remembrance is returning. You are not here by accident, and this is why your path has often felt so isolating. Your mind was never designed to move through life by accepting the first explanation, the loudest opinion, or the pattern everyone else was following. You have always sensed the hidden structure beneath the visible moment. You notice motives beneath words, patterns beneath events, and connections between experiences that appear unrelated to everyone around you. While others may see separate incidents, you often perceive one unfolding story, like constellations becoming visible when the night grows dark enough. You feel the invisible thread connecting a conversation, a delay, a sudden change in someone's behavior, and an opportunity that appears weeks later. This way of perceiving can be exhausting when you are constantly asked to explain what you know before the evidence has fully formed. Yet it is also one of the reasons you are never meant to live entirely on the surface of things. Before we go deeper, if you feel ready to explore this intelligence as a multidimensional gift rather than a burden, the ebook connected to this message will help you understand your starseed mind, protect your energy, and translate your higher perception into grounded action. It is available through the link provided with this message for those who feel the inner pull to continue. Think of it as a companion for the season you are entering, a way to put language around experiences you may have carried silently for years. It is not about escaping ordinary life or convincing anyone of your uniqueness. It is about learning how to work with your sensitivity, your pattern recognition, and your inner guidance without allowing them to overwhelm your nervous system. But there is something you must understand. The greatest challenge for a brilliant starseed is not a lack of intelligence. It is learning how to trust an intelligence that does not always arrive in familiar forms. Your knowing may appear as a sudden pause, an unexplained feeling, a dream that stays with you for days, or a quiet recognition that something is misaligned long before evidence appears. Sometimes it arrives as a sentence that rises within you without effort. Sometimes it is the sensation of warmth when you are moving in the right direction, or the heaviness that appears when you are about to betray your own truth. It may not shout, it may not provide a detailed argument. It simply places a veil of stillness over the moment and asks you to look again. The world often rewards quick answers, but your consciousness works through layers. You are not simply gathering information. You are receiving patterns. You are sensing trajectories. You are unconsciously comparing the present moment with countless energetic possibilities, and this is why you may sometimes feel several steps ahead of conversations, relationships, or circumstances. You can sense where a decision may lead before the people involved are ready to admit what is happening. You can feel when a promise carries no foundation, when an opportunity is dressed in urgency, or when a beautiful appearance is concealing a deeper imbalance. This does not mean every prediction will be perfect. It means your awareness is naturally attentive to movement, consequence, and underlying direction. Yet this ability can become distorted when you are surrounded by people who continually question what you perceive. If you are told that you are too sensitive, too intense, too analytical, or too different, you may begin to edit the very intelligence that was meant to guide you. You may lower your standards of awareness to make others comfortable. You may pretend not to notice what you notice. You may silence the internal signal because the external world has not caught up with it. Eventually, you may begin asking everyone else what you are allowed to feel, what you are allowed to believe, and whether your own experience is valid. That is where disconnection begins. Most starseeds do not lose their gifts because those gifts disappear. They lose access to them because they have been trained to distrust their own signal. The mind becomes crowded with borrowed conclusions. The energy field becomes layered with expectations, fears, comparison, and the pressure to perform a version of normality that was never designed for them. It is like placing heavy fabric over a window and then believing the sun has stopped shining. The light is still present, but the connection to it has been interrupted by years of adaptation. Your brilliance becomes hidden beneath adaptation. You may have spent years trying to explain yourself to people who only recognized intelligence when it looked like competition, achievement, control, or public approval. But your intelligence is not limited to what can be measured. It includes your ability to feel timing, detect energetic dishonesty, understand systems, anticipate consequences, and see the unseen motive behind a visible choice. It includes the way you know when a room needs calm, when a person needs truth instead of reassurance, and when silence is more powerful than another explanation. Your gift may be expressed through writing, healing, design, leadership, teaching, invention, protection, or the simple ability to bring order to confusion. This does not mean you are meant to feel superior to anyone. It means you are being asked to stop abandoning your perception simply because it is uncommon. A river does not apologize for taking a different route through the land. A star does not become less real because clouds temporarily hide it. Your difference is not a permission slip to reject others, but neither is it a reason to reject yourself. The Arcturian stream of wisdom teaches that advanced consciousness is not defined by how much information a being can collect. It is defined by how accurately that being can hold complexity without collapsing into fear. You are learning to see many possibilities without becoming paralyzed by them. You are learning to recognize the difference between intuition and anxiety, between strategic silence and suppression, between discernment and emotional withdrawal. You are learning that a wide perception must be joined with a steady center. Otherwise, every possibility becomes a threat, every subtle signal becomes an emergency, and every unanswered question becomes a reason to remain frozen. This is the recalibration now taking place within you. Your energetic body is beginning to recognize that it no longer needs to defend every insight. It no longer needs to prove every conclusion. It no longer needs to argue with those who are committed to misunderstanding you. The more aligned you become, the less energy you spend trying to force recognition from people who cannot yet perceive through the same frequency. You are discovering that truth does not become less true because someone refuses to receive it. You can offer clarity without chasing agreement. You can walk away without turning your departure into a battle. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Arcturian Carrier Wave Protocol. 7 guided nights to cross the whisper threshold. This simple, easy-to-navigate app guides you through ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance, and includes special bonuses to accelerate your journey. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now bring your awareness inward, because the next shifts are not about becoming someone new. They are about removing the interference that has kept you from recognizing who you already are. You are not building a soul from nothing. You are clearing the dust from an inner instrument that has been present through every chapter, even when you could not hear it clearly. The first shift is to decode the distortion. There are thoughts in your mind that did not originate from your deepest self. There are limitations you have repeated so often that they now sound like personal beliefs. There are fears you inherited from family systems, social conditioning, past disappointments, and environments that could not hold the scale of your awareness. A child who is repeatedly told that their feelings are inconvenient may grow into an adult who calls self-abandonment maturity. A person who was punished for asking questions may later mistake silence for peace. A sensitive soul who is mocked for noticing hidden tension may eventually distrust the very perception that once protected them. When you say, "Maybe I am overthinking," ask yourself whether you are truly overthinking, or whether you are perceiving more information than the situation is openly presenting. When you say, "Maybe I am imagining this," ask whether your body has been registering a pattern your conscious mind has not yet accepted. Ask whether the thought brings a quiet clarity or a frantic need to investigate. Ask whether it remains steady after rest, prayer, and distance, or whether it grows more chaotic every time you focus on it. This does not mean every feeling is a cosmic command. It means your feelings contain data. Your body is a receiver, but it requires calibration. Fear contracts your perception. Clarity expands it. Anxiety rushes you toward an answer. Intuition remains steady, even when the answer is inconvenient. Fear often speaks in absolutes. Always, never, everyone, no one. Intuition usually speaks with simplicity. It may say, wait. It may say, leave. It may say, ask one more question. It does not need to create a storm in order to be heard. Begin to observe the difference. Your first activation is not to believe every thought. It is to identify which thoughts carry your frequency and which ones were installed through repetition. You are allowed to question the inner voice that constantly predicts failure, rejection, embarrassment, or loss. That voice may be familiar, but familiarity is not truth. Place each thought before the light of awareness and ask, does this lead me toward integrity, or does it lead me toward contraction? The answer may not come as words. It may come as a subtle release in the body. The second shift is to awaken the blueprint. Your intelligence is not only located in your analytical mind. It is distributed through your nervous system, your emotional field, your dreams, your instincts, and your ability to recognize resonance. The blueprint of your mission is often revealed through what repeatedly captures your attention. Notice the subjects you return to without being forced. Notice the problems you instinctively want to solve. Notice the kinds of people who seek your advice even when you never offered yourself as a guide. Notice what makes time disappear for you, and notice what kind of injustice or disorder you cannot ignore. These repetitions are not random. They are coordinates. Your soul does not always announce its mission with a dramatic event. Sometimes it reveals the mission through a persistent curiosity that refuses to disappear. Sometimes it appears as frustration with broken systems because you were designed to perceive how they could be improved. Sometimes it comes through an inability to accept shallow answers because your consciousness is searching for the architecture beneath the surface. The recurring subject may be a doorway. The recurring pain may be pointing toward a form of healing. The recurring question may be the first outline of your life's work. The activation of your blueprint begins when you stop asking, "What will make me look impressive?" and start asking, "What problem am I uniquely equipped to understand?" This question turns your attention away from performance and toward contribution. It asks you to consider not only what you know, but what your knowing can make possible for others. Your answer may not arrive immediately. Let it form through observation. Let it reveal itself through service, experimentation, and honest attention. The encoded intelligence within you becomes clearer when you use it for creation rather than self-protection. Each time you transform an insight into a useful action, you make the invisible visible. A vision becomes a page. A healing becomes a boundary. A concern becomes a conversation. A calling becomes a practice. The third shift is to anchor multidimensional intelligence into the body. Many awakened people can perceive higher possibilities, but struggle to bring those possibilities into ordinary life. They receive insight but do not act. They recognize the pattern but remain trapped in hesitation. They sense the next timeline but keep repeating the habits of the previous one. It is easy to love the idea of transformation while resisting the daily discipline that allows transformation to become real. Your mission cannot live only in your visions. It must become visible through your choices. Ground your insight by creating structure. Write down the idea. Make the call. Set the boundary. Complete the project. Rest when your system is overloaded. Eat, sleep, move, and return to the physical world without treating embodiment as a limitation. Drink water before searching for another sign. Take a walk before making a decision. Let your feet remind your mind that you are here, now, in this body, on this earth. Earth is not a distraction from your awakening. It is the testing ground where your awareness becomes usable. The higher mind does not ask you to escape your humanity. It asks you to bring greater intelligence into your humanity. A multidimensional being who cannot honor a commitment, regulate emotion, or care for the body remains divided between perception and action. Your next level is not always another vision. Sometimes it is consistency. Sometimes it is answering the message, finishing the small task, keeping the promise you made to yourself, or allowing yourself to receive support without feeling weak. When your daily life begins to reflect what your inner intelligence has already shown you, your field stabilizes. The signal becomes stronger because you are no longer receiving guidance that you refuse to embody. Your life begins to feel less like a collection of contradictions and more like a vessel capable of carrying the frequency you have been sensing. The fourth shift is to stop confusing isolation with superiority. You may genuinely think differently. You may process information at a different speed, or notice dimensions of a situation that others overlook. But your purpose is not to stand above humanity. It is to bring a higher pattern into relationship with humanity. The mountain does not climb above the valley in order to despise it. It rises so the wider landscape can be seen. There is a difference between discernment and contempt. Discernment says, "This energy is not aligned for me." Contempt says, "Anyone who does not understand me is beneath me." Discernment protects your frequency. Contempt closes your heart and traps your brilliance inside an identity of separation. One creates space for wisdom. The other creates a fortress where loneliness can pretend to be enlightenment. The most advanced intelligence is compassionate without being naive. It can recognize another person's limitations without making those limitations its own prison. It can leave an unhealthy environment without needing to punish everyone who remains there. It can honor its difference without demanding constant applause for it. You can understand why someone behaves as they do and still refuse to accept harmful behavior. Compassion does not require the surrender of boundaries. You do not need to make yourself smaller, but you also do not need to make others smaller to confirm your own expansion. Your light becomes more trustworthy when it can illuminate without burning, reveal without humiliating, and guide without controlling. The fifth shift is to activate the field through focused energy. Your attention is one of the most powerful instruments you carry. Wherever you place it repeatedly, you strengthen that timeline. If your attention is constantly consumed by people who doubt you, systems that anger you, and imagined futures that frighten you, your intelligence becomes occupied by defense. You may spend so much time studying what is wrong that you forget you are also capable of designing what comes next. Bring your attention back to construction. What can you build with the insight you have gained? What conversation can you improve? What skill can you refine? What environment can you make more coherent? What person can you help without abandoning yourself? Even a small act of order can become a signal to your nervous system that you are no longer merely surviving the world. You are participating in its transformation. The starseed field does not activate through endless consumption of spiritual information. It activates through directed participation. Every aligned action tells your system that your knowing is safe to express. One page written, one boundary honored, one honest conversation, 1 hour devoted to a meaningful practice can carry more transformative power than another year of waiting for perfect certainty. You are not required to reveal everything at once. You are not required to announce your transformation. You are not required to convince the world that you carry a rare frequency. Let your choices become the evidence. Let your calm become the transmission. Let your ability to remain clear in situations that once destabilized you become the quiet proof that your timeline has shifted. The sixth shift is to trust the architecture of timing. Your path may have included delays that felt humiliating, endings that seemed unnecessary, and periods when your abilities appeared dormant. But dormancy is not always failure. Sometimes the field is protecting an emerging capacity from being used before the consciousness is ready to hold it. A seed underground may look forgotten, but beneath the soil an entire design is preparing itself. If your intelligence had fully activated before you developed emotional discernment, you might have used your perception to control outcomes, avoid vulnerability, or remain permanently guarded. If your mission had arrived before you learned patience, you might have confused urgency with alignment. If every door had opened when you first demanded it, you might have entered rooms that your unhealed patterns were not prepared to navigate. The delays taught you to distinguish a true opening from a tempting distraction. Now, notice how quickly certain patterns are revealing themselves. Notice how people show you who they are without requiring years of evidence. Notice how your body responds when you enter an aligned environment. Notice how opportunities that once seemed impossible begin appearing through ordinary channels. The sacred often arrives wearing practical clothing, a conversation, an invitation, a small chance to begin again. This is not random luck. It is the result of internal coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, values, and actions begin moving in the same direction, the path appears clearer because you are no longer sending contradictory signals into your own life. You are not demanding abundance while choosing from fear. You are not asking for truth while remaining committed to appearances. You are not praying for freedom while protecting the chains because they are familiar. The seventh shift is to become the strategist of your own energy. You are never meant to give equal access to every person, every request, every crisis, or every opinion. Your attention must become selective, not because you are cold, but because your mission requires preservation. A lamp that is left uncovered in every storm will eventually run out of oil. Your energy is sacred fuel, and wisdom includes knowing where it can genuinely create warmth. Ask yourself before offering your energy, does this expand my clarity or scatter it? Does this relationship invite mutual growth or depend on my constant rescue? Does this opportunity use my gifts or merely consume my availability? Does this request come from genuine connection or from someone who has learned that you will always override your own limits? A brilliant mind without energetic boundaries becomes a resource for everyone except itself. You have spent enough time solving problems that were never assigned to your soul. You have carried enough emotional weight for people who refused to carry their own. You have explained enough of your inner world to those who listened only to find a weakness. You are allowed to be generous without being endlessly accessible. Your next evolution includes strategic privacy. Not everything sacred must be shared immediately. Some ideas need silence to develop. Some dreams need protection from premature opinions. Some transformations become stronger when they are allowed to take root before being exposed to the noise of other people's expectations. A seed does not invite the entire forest to inspect it while it is becoming a tree. Give your becoming the same protection. The ultimate revelation is this: your greatest advantage has never been that you can outthink everyone around you. Your greatest advantage is that you can learn to align thought, perception, emotion, and action into one coherent current. That is what turns intelligence into wisdom. You are not here merely to win arguments, predict outcomes, or prove that you saw the truth first. You are here to develop a consciousness so clear that your presence changes the quality of the space around you. You are here to recognize patterns before they become crises, to create solutions before others can name the problem, and to hold a frequency of possibility when an entire environment has become trapped in limitation. But remember this carefully. Your brilliance is not a weapon against the world. It is an instrument of restoration. The reason you have often felt misunderstood is not necessarily because everyone else is incapable of understanding you. Sometimes it is because you were trying to communicate from a level of perception that had not yet been translated into emotional language. You saw the pattern, but others needed to feel the pattern. You saw the outcome, but they needed to walk through the process. You recognized the truth, but the delivery carried the exhaustion of having been dismissed for too long. Now your intelligence is becoming more refined. You are learning how to speak without shrinking and how to listen without absorbing. You are learning how to offer a perspective without forcing a conversion. You are learning that being right is not always the same as being useful, and that timing can be as important as accuracy. The messenger matters, the moment matters, and the heart from which the truth is offered matters. This is the maturity of the Starseed mind. Your higher self is not asking you to compete with those who move differently. It is asking you to stop measuring your path by the speed of collective recognition. Some of your most important achievements will happen quietly. Some of your strongest victories will look like refusing to return to an old pattern. Some of your most powerful decisions will never be witnessed by anyone else. You will know you are aligned when you no longer need everyone to agree with the truth you carry. You will know you are activated when your perception produces peace instead of constant suspicion. You will know your intelligence is serving your mission when it helps you build, heal, clarify, and create, rather than merely predict, criticize, or withdraw. The purpose of seeing deeply is not to live in permanent vigilance. It is to see clearly enough that you can choose love without becoming blind and choose boundaries without becoming bitter. Take a slow breath now. Feel the space behind your thoughts. Feel the part of you that has been observing every chapter, every disappointment, every strange coincidence, every moment when you knew something before you could explain it. That part of you has not disappeared. It has been waiting for you to become safe enough to trust it. Tonight, or whenever you feel ready, place one hand over your chest and one over your lower abdomen. Say quietly, "I trust the intelligence that moves through me. I release borrowed limitations. I align my perception with compassion, clarity, and purposeful action. Do not force an image. Do not demand a sign. Simply allow your system to receive the statement. Let the words move through you like clear water, touching the places where doubt has gathered. You do not need to feel an instant transformation. Repetition creates a bridge between what you understand mentally and what your body is finally willing to believe. Your awakening does not require you to become more impressive. It requires you to become more honest. Honest about what drains you. Honest about what inspires you. Honest about the environments where your mind expands and the environments where it contracts. Honest about the dreams you have delayed because success would require you to become visible. The next version of your life will not be built from proving that you are different. It will be built from honoring what your difference is here to contribute. You are not behind. You are refining your signal. You are not too much. You are learning where your energy belongs. You are not disconnected from your path. You are standing at the threshold between knowing what you are capable of and finally allowing that knowledge to shape your choices. Let the people who cannot see your design remain where they are. You do not need to drag them into your perception. You do not need to dim the architecture of your mind to make the room feel familiar. The right people will not require you to dismantle yourself before they can stand beside you. Move with humility, but move. Think deeply, but do not hide inside thought. Protect your energy, but do not close your heart. Remember your origin, but honor the life in front of you. Your brilliance becomes a true activation when it is no longer something you use to separate yourself from the world, but something you use to bring greater order, insight, courage, and possibility into it. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real, then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started.